Yo, Frank, there you are. There you are. Round two. Yes, I have a camera now. So, yesterday, Amy was trying to print her transfers that she makes her print screens from. And 2 days ago, she couldn't do it because her printer would not connect to her computer. So I figured there was some sort of electrical surge that um, fried our stuff. So it fried the modem. Got the modem replaced. Now I tried to go and reconnect, and I reinstalled the driver for the printer. Did all the usual stuff. It still wouldn't connect, so I just went and found a USB cable and plugged it in direct. That seemed to work because that was the only way you could troubleshoot a printer was to direct link it. So I spent an hour or so yesterday trying to do that. And then I come in here at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I have all my boxes set out, all the baits. Everything's on a surge protector, Brendan. That's what I don't know how it. I mean, it must have been like a serious jolt because everything's on a surge protector. But and when I say they're on a surge protector, they're on like the super hardcore ones that are like 10 pounds. They're like blocks. Um, so I come in here to get everything ready to ship, get the first label, and I hit print. Printer's not recognized. My printer, my label printer. Here we go. So I unhook it, hook it back up, do all the normal stuff that usually works. Didn't work. Uninstalled it, reinstalled the new driver. Still didn't show up. So I was like, all right, it's got to be something with like one of the USB ports. So I have this little like USB bar that has like 10 ports in it that you can run like a bunch of USBs in. And I'm pretty sure that thing's fried because that's what my printer was running to and that's what my camera's running to. So when I plugged it in to the computer, it works, but nothing was operating on that. When I first started. So I'm gonna have to do some. I'm gonna have to replace that thing, but everything seems to be working now. Hopefully, um, but oh, cheating! Yes, cheaters are the new. Cheaters are all the new rage. They're so hot right now. There was a dude up in North Alabama that got accused of cheating. There's cheaters everywhere. But I was watching Block It on the way here talk about cheaters and information. And I don't know if some of you remember, but back in the day, guys would get information from uh, forums, like phishing reports by random people. There was words of random websites that were created, and then they would get updated, and then they would get deleted. And whatever pro that knew the address to this public website could just go in there and get all their um, info from this public website that nobody knew the address to, and they would get their phishing report. But it makes you wonder. I started thinking about that back in the day because I remember hearing about that in the information rule, which is probably considered the most easily broken rule. Um, but it makes me wonder is stopping anyone from creating a YouTube channel and posting a video called, like just something random, like a random series of letters that nobody's ever going to search, like J JVFD1690HP, whatever, like a code. You title your video that, and then you say, hey, if you go up to St. Clair, you go to this, this, and this. This spot's loaded. This spot's loaded. This spot's loaded. They're doing this, this, and this in video. Post. Nobody's ever going to see it. They don't know it exists. YouTube's not going to push it out. Wonder how many times that has happened. Public domain, public everything. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's ever going to find it. But you could watch it. Hey, look at this video I stumbled on. It's a whole report for Lake St. Clair. But unlisted would be breaking the law, the rules, because unlisted would not be public. I wouldn't think that would be gray where it's considered public. It's public if you have the link, but nobody could find it. But if it is a public video, everybody would have the same opportunity to find the video. So it would be public information. How many videos do you think have been taken down from YouTube that were fishing reports for professional bass fishermen? None? I would venture to bet. Jeremy, you don't think anybody's ever done that? What if your neighbor builds 100 brush piles for his buddy in the Forest Wood Cup? Nobody'd ever know that either. That would all be part of the fishing report, right? So Steve went out and he sweetened up all those holes and he put dog food on them, and there's 100 piles out there. Here's a picture of all the waypoints. I don't know. I mean, you'll never know, right? We'll never know unless somebody gets caught doing it, unless you like randomly stumble upon some website, but I mean some video. Yeah, if it's all public info, it's not cheating. Even if I'm telling you what to do. Check out these hooks. You think they're big enough? Monstrosities. Monsters. I'll save those for when I need to catch an alligator. Those are some Mike Long hooks. Some Mike Long longs. This was not public info. It paid off. 100 piles. How about that? Trying to catch sharks, I guess. I gotta turn this ring off. Y'all will be driven mad. But yeah, I would like I really like, how much do you really think would change in the standings? Like if you went back in time to the beginning of this season and you said, all right, info is a free-for-all. this info, I mean, yeah, the info rule is no more. You can do whatever you want. How big of a swing do you think you would see in Angler of the Year right now? Do you think you could take what has happened up until this point and then just like completely just like throw it up in the air and everything be completely different? Or do you think it would probably be pretty close? I think there would be some changes. Luke Duncan and Trey Swindle made videos and posted them while dumping brush piles at Smith Mountain. They were sinking their own brush piles and recording it. Not that it matters, but I mean, why do you want the eyes? You know what I mean? Like that's just asking. Like that's just pure stupidity. Hey, look at what I'm doing. Not to mention, if I win, there's gonna be an asterisk by my name because everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, he was out there sinking brush piles." So you like lose all your legitimacy as if even if you would never have said anything and just went out there and put your brush piles out. Uh, like what? And they were putting them out at night. Idiots. Oh. Anything for the gram, right? I guess they probably figured they were going to come in some at the bottom of the pack anyway. So what does it matter? What does it matter? I might as well get views for the gram because I'm going to come in 180th. I bet I might as well try to make a viral YouTube video. Um, yes, these are Zerons. My first pair, and they've lasted me for probably 10 years. They got gunk all over them. They're disgusting, but they are. I should probably clean them. I don't know why, but they're good. They still got their good little. They're still springy. Good. Jay Lee is leading Group A with 22:08. That's pretty good. Go Jordan. Always pulling for Jordan. Good dude. I love Jordan. He's like, I don't know. I just feel like he's like a real dude. You can tell in all of his like social media stuff that he's just like he's not playing by any rules. Yeah, y'all go get this new Berkeley Bait. It's pretty cool. It's all right. Got some decent colors. Yeah, whatever. Try it out. Oh, he's a very soft salesman, which I like. They're decent. Uh, can you guess the pro? It was on Washita. Is the FLW Cup? Was that Suggs? Did he win on Washita? Scott Suggs. So he wasn't just fishing random standing timber burns that we all were led to believe. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's the great thing about Jordan is Jordan does it with his rod. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to be like uh, Wolf of Wall Street. Like the dude just goes out there and catches them. People buy shit because he catches the shit out of them. So speaking of Salt Strong, do y'all remember Fish Strong? Anybody ever follow that guy? What was his name? Something White, I think. It wasn't Josh. It was what was that guy's name? He was up in Nashville. Oh, dude. Fish Strong. That was the best. Anybody here remember Fish Strong? He sold his company, and it wasn't even a company. It was just, I mean, I guess it was. I don't know that he sold the company. He sold the name. Um, it's part of Salt Strong. No, it had nothing to do with lures. I think they just wanted his name. Hale White, I believe, was his name. Hale, maybe it wasn't White. Hale something. Uh, he was up in Nashville. Um, Hale something. I think I'm friends with him on Facebook, or I used to be. But he didn't make lures. He just talked about everything in bass fishing that nobody would talk about. And maybe it wasn't White. It was Hale something. Maybe that was his last name. Um, but yeah, Hale had Fish Strong, and it was basically just like a gossip column that was on Facebook. And he was like, "Wait a minute, I just put it together." Huh. Anyway, it was like a gossip column that he did on Facebook, and he would blast out just like any and all dirty laundry. Did not care, and like he made Randy Blockett stuff look like child's play. And I guess it's all gone now because he got rid of the Fish Strong page. But dude, it was magical. That wasn't John Hale, um, but dude, he would, and I don't know where he got his info, but he was always dialed into some stuff, and it was pretty awesome. But then he got rid of Fish Strong, and even had a badass logo. It was kind of similar. It was in the style of mine, like it was like this angular kind of logo. It was great. Like the whole thing he had going was really cool. Um, but yeah, just petered out. Let's see if I can even find the logo anymore. Yeah, there it was. Really good logo. I guess he sold all that. I don't even know if they're using it anymore. Salt Strong does sell Fish Strong, so they basically just bought the brand and the logo. It's an F and an S. It's good, beautifully done. That was not the inspiration for my logo, but now that I look at it, it's pretty cool. Um, that is a sweet logo. I can see why they wanted to buy it. I can see why they wanted to buy it, but I don't. Uh, I wish he would come back. Um, and you said you want the tall kepper? Oh, somebody last time I was when I was on Hellish stream, somebody wanted to see the short topper and the high topper. These are all my hat samples. So there's a Richardson 112. Uh, I don't have patches made for these yet. Bought these to try. These were expensive, dude. This was like really expensive hat. I've got plans for these. I got a black one, really cool. Camo foamy. I don't know if anybody's ever worn a foam cap, but they're so friggin' comfortable. What is this one? It's the Game. It's a nice hat. And then the multicam. So this is the regular 112 style. That's a little shorter, comparative to the flat style. It's just a little taller. And then that one, of course, still got that one. But yeah, I'll stamp you one up today, or I'll stamp them all up today. Jeremy, just skip to the end, like the last 10 minutes, and you'll be good. Well, I got some juice to paint. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 straight ones and 3 jointed. Y'all know anything about these? Y'all know anything about these? If you fish for spotted bass, you probably do. Oh, not striper. These will not be chasing striper. They will probably indirectly catch a striper. But that will not be the target species. Clean up this guy a little bit. So I went to a my little honey hole for lures today, and the gentleman that sells lures there, every time I go, tells me, "Oh man, I got a shipment coming in next week, probably 300 baits, a bunch of stuff you'd like too." I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yes." I'm like, "Well, are you gonna bring it next week?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll bring all my stuff from the house." Okay. So then I show up a couple weeks later. Said, "Hey man, you got all those baits you got in the mail?" "Nah, man, I didn't bring them." "Okay, but I'm bidding on a big lot right now, a couple hundred baits." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, when they come in, I'll bring them." It's like, "All right." So I'm guessing this guy's bidding on eBay, and actually, I don't know if he's bullshitting me or if he's like not winning the auctions. But I went back today because he said he was going to have stuff, like hundreds of baits that I would be interested in. And he tells me today, I said, "You got any more baits?" And he said, he's like, "I'm bidding on 1,000. It's like 1,000. That's a lot of fishing lures." He's like, "Yeah, I'm high bidder right now. A day and a half left." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "When I get them in, I'll bring them up here." I said, "Oh, like the last 600 baits that you were supposedly supposed to win and bring up here that I've never seen yet." But I was looking around on the wall, and he has some more stuff that I'd like to get, but I haven't. I just go and get what I can, and I saw these red fins, and I was like, I'll take those off your hands. I'll take those off your hands. They make my favorite lipless, Anthony. Love cotton cordell. But these probably won't sell good unless it's to a very specific person, and then their wieners will blow out of their bodies after they see them. One thing I am going to do with these is I'm going to shave these stupid eyeballs off, and I'm going to flatten them out, and I'm going to dot the eyes like a balsa bait. Those redfish guys like those red fins. Or for white bass. Well, I think we're learning something about this bait, and that it is very effective for anything that swims and attacks bait fish. So that's usually a pretty good sign. Striper guy like them, white bass guy likes them, gars like them, redfish like them, trout like them. What doesn't like a redfin? Largemouth like them, spots like them, probably even bluegill. Everything, everything. Northerns would love it. There you go. So, swamp dragons don't typically like top water. I've never had, like, I've caught a handful of swamp dragons on top water. Not many. I can probably count them on one hand. I think like one on a buzzbait, two on a frog. That's probably been about it. But I don't typically do well on the swamp dragons with surface lures. And I don't know why. If they did, I will make this statement. If Grinnell ate topwater, I would probably fish for them more than bass. And I think a lot of other people would too, especially down here. If you could catch them on a buzzbait and a frog as readily as they would eat a crankbait and a worm, or like if they would eat a topwater like as often as a bass does, I think the game would change for Grinnell anglers. I think you would have more Grinnell tournaments down here because they get bigger down here. They're easier to catch. It would be more exciting to have a Grinnell tournament. You've just got the swamp dragons for whatever reason. They're not sexy. People don't, it's people are still, they can't see the beauty of the swamp dragon for all the negative connotations that's gone around the Grinnell as a trash fish. And to me, there is no cooler fish. Like they're neck and neck with a largemouth to me. But I don't know if you can grundle, not to be confused with the grundle between your and your bloop, bloop. But they're tougher than any other fish out there. They can like live on land if they wanted to. They get big, they're mean, they're strong. Like everything about them makes for an awesome fish, but everybody's just got it in their mind that they're a trash fish, and they're not. Like, I guess because people don't typically eat them, is they're considered trash fish. But they break your stuff like they try and destroy your tackle, which is to me even more awesome. You know what I mean? Like a fish that just tries to like break everything you have. But yeah, I wish the swamp dragon would get a little more respect. Like instead of bass doing that stupid ass redfish tournament, they should have done a swamp dragon tournament. That would have been way cooler. Way cooler. Bob, don't look up swamp dragon. Look up grinnell, dogfish, mudfish, anything like that. No, they're not like a pike. They're like a dinosaur. They live in the mud. Yeah, I talked about that on another stream, Brendan. I would like to do that. There's a lot. There's a lot. It would make a cool shirt. Yeah, they're more like a snakehead. Snakehead seemed like a really fun fish to go after, and they eat topwater really good. Um, Pike run from the cypress trout. Yeah, nobody wants to dick with a grinnell, dude. Like you can hear their jaws pop when they bite stuff. Like they're mean and strong and aggressive, and I mean they live in inches of water. I mean they'll get deep a lot of the time, but they're just badass, dude. They're badass. Like you throw you like a Bagley out there, them grinnell will eat that son of a bitch in half. You don't care. Something that doesn't have like a strong sealer on it. Oh yeah, that thing will be cooked. Boomerang fishing dude. I don't know him. He's a snakehead guy. Is he up on the in like the Potomac River area? Where's the hub of snakehead for like big snakehead? But they have grinnell tournaments here. Uh, they have grinnell tournaments here, but they only do like one a year. And I'm pretty sure they might still kill the fish. I hope they don't. I need to be. I need to go. I need to go picket their tournament and be like, put the grinnell in your live well and keep them alive and release them alive. Because that's just one of those dumbass things that's completely unnecessary to like kill them for no reason. Because they're a really badass resource that I would not like to see go away. Which one tournament's not going to do anything to them, but it probably actually helps because nobody does anything to them, but just keep them. I mean, just let them go. They say the snakehead tastes delicious. I would have grinnell in my pond. If I had a pond, I would stock grinnell in it. How badass would that be? Is to have a pond in your yard with nothing but grinnell in it, and be like, oh, you want to go fishing? All right, throw your bait over there, and like a 8-pound grinnell come up and just like break whatever it is in half, and be like, oh, sorry, dude, what's in your pond? Don't worry about that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. South Jersey, I think over there in Maryland and the Potomac area is very got some uh, very large snakehead. Brendan, you got pond dragons in your local watering hole. How about this? Somebody went crazy and did their own methylate redfin. Pretty decent little spray paint job, I'm guessing. It was either done with a spray paint. It looks like it's got a little texture to it. I don't know if they. I'm guessing they spray canned it. I don't know. I know one thing though. That like single stage stuff they used to use back in the day to paint baits with is tough. A few in my little pond 2 minutes from the house. Caught a few 8s and 9s out of there. 8 and 9 pound grinnell. Yes, dragons. That's a pretty big one. You need to start feeding them, Brendan. Fat Cat's been catching big snakehead. They get fat there versus long. No, it's not too shabby a job. It's pretty decent, actually. Somebody seemingly knew what they were doing, and it looked like they masked off the hook hangers because they're very clean. But nice looking bait. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take all their orange paint off. You probably could catch a dragon on this if you tried. Typically, they love red or like mistake, OFO, red, bright, anything bright and obnoxious. What do I feed them? The owners stock the pond with shiners, gills, frogs, and crappie. I don't know. They need something. They need something bigger and stronger. More protein. Rats. You should probably go and be like the fish whisperer, but be the grinnell whisperer and like feed them whole rats. Larger snakehead. Yeah, I don't like. That's the one thing I don't like about grinnell is unhooking them. Because when you grab them on the back and they decide they don't like that, you can't hardly hold them, and especially if they've got like a crankbait stuck in their face, it's sketchy, dude. It's sketchy. I think for the dragons, I would probably need to invest in like a boga grip or something like that. But I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of handling them because they're so damn strong, and like a 5 pound largemouth, like I don't care. Like he's probably going to thrash as hard as he wants, and like I can still keep a grip on him. But when a slimy ass, I think the reason for that is that grinnell's heads are so dense and hard that you can't like. It's like trying to grab a greased piece of PVC. You know what I mean? Like you get them on the head and you just can't do anything with them. On an LCD Wally G. Can't wait to show it up to my balsa nemesis. That's funny. Rivals. What are you gonna do, Bob, when he shows you the other rat? And he says, and you say, "Where did you get that?" Oh, you're not the only one with tricks up your sleeve. Show him the chipmunk. And then he pulls this one out and says, "Oh, that's cool. I've got one too." What else do you have that I also have, Bob? Try again. It's going to take you 30 more mail calls to get me. 7:15. I caught damn near twisted my wrist. But sometimes you get lucky and get one that barely moves like it's dormant. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't trust those slimy bastards. They're too mean. No, not northbound today. I'm leaving Thursday. Bob, you did. You're safe. You still have ammo. Uh, Frank doesn't use grips on pike. He grabs them with his hands, and if they freak out, he humps them to establish dominance. Nice move. Nice move. I've got to get my. I don't know if I'm going to put these up next week or save these for the fall. Joseph, we're going to I'm meeting Hella in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then we're going to South Dakota. Stopping along the way, ripping bass from Thursday to Monday. So we're going to see how many bass we can rip in Minnesota. We're going to see how much Casey's we can eat and how many bass we can rip. Dude had a pretty good collection of fins. I really need to fire up the sandblaster outside and blast these. Maybe I'll wait till I get the sandblaster and then blast these. Shut up. Oh yes, everybody. That is correct, Jeremy. Everybody will be going with, and we will be doing. I will be going. We'll be doing some periodic drop-in lives to see what everybody's doing, see what we're doing, see what's going on. What is a soda blaster? It's just like a sand blaster, except you don't put sand in it. You put baking soda. Didn't see you come in. What about the Rapala Brats? I've never heard them talked about on here before. I've got. I have a. I'm bitter about the Brat. I'm bitter about the Brat because I went. That was my dream child. Like that was the bait that was going to get me out of painting. And this was like before I ever painted. This one was just when I was fishing. So this would have been like I dreamed up the Brat in like probably 2007. And I kept telling my dad, I was like, dude, if you could take a balsa bait and you would have a balsa core and you could encapsulate it with plastic so you get the detail and the beauty of plastic and it protects the balsa, but you get the densities and the weirdness of wood, you could make the perfect crankbait. In my opinion, it would be awesome. And I went over to 6 Cents headquarters. I was shooting the shit with Casey, and I was like, you know what I want to do? I was like, I want a balsa bait with a plastic shell that's got like detail on it, and but the inside instead of air is balsa. And he was like, "You haven't seen ICAST this year?" I said, "No, why?" He said, "Berkeley just did that." Or not Berkeley, he said Rapala just did that. I was like, "You're kidding me, dude." He's like, "No." So he like got on his computer and like looked around. He's like, "Look." So I went and looked, and I was like, he's like, "It's called the Brat." I looked at it, and it's like my heart went into my stomach, and I was like started feeling nauseous, and I started looking at it, and I was like, "That's repulsive." Like they ruined it, and that's the that's a lot of the times my biggest beef with like things that happen in the fishing industry is that like guys will take good ideas and then they don't finish them, like they half-ass them. But once you take that idea and you put it out there, it's done. Like it doesn't really do any good. Like, could I come out with a brat that looked a million times better, that performed way better, and was like a much cooler bait? 100%. But it doesn't have the appeal unless you were the first one. Uh, but the brat, I think, is a pretty decent bait from what I understand from people. Um, but it was a gut punch because I thought that was my ticket out, because it would have been like if I would have had a bunch of money then, like I would have had the brat out, you know, 12, 10 years before Rapala even pulled their head out of their ass and considered it. Um, but you know, in a perfect world, that would have happened. But I got to watch Rapala do it instead. Um, so I own one. I didn't buy it. Um, I found it when I was in Austin on the bank. Um, I've never thrown it, but I have it. Um, the BX swimmer I like more over than the Brad. The Brad just doesn't have the different action. Um, good afternoon, Gator. Ask the builder dude question. Oh, so Burns was asking me about the campers and the drops and the wood, and he said I think they need a medium diving bait. I said I don't know, Burns, but Burns is very, I would say, he's pretty passionate about his mid runners, and I don't feel like I don't know that I've ever let him flex on his mid runners, because I'm always getting stuff for the water column that's this deep. But Burns asked me today. He said, I think the mid runner needs to happen. Okay, well, let's ask the people if they want a mid depth running Burns, and let Burns flex on his mid depth stuff. And this is not a copy. This is his design. So that's what is it? Eight? You got a? I think he said he's got an 8-foot diver and then like a 10 to 12. I would be more interested in the 8 to 10 range, 8 to 9. Um, so yeah, if anybody's into if y'all want to give Burns the green light, give him the green light. This can be between everyone and Burns. I'll just be the middleman who paints them. Um, Mid depth Burns for fall fishing isn't a bad thing. There you go. There's a spot I go trespassing where the fish be lined up. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, Burns, I think they've given you the green light for your passion project to finally for you to stretch your legs on a medium runner. Uh, Fair enough. Fair enough. Where's my drink? I ate all my pretzels. I don't have anything to snack on. Crawl pattern. That'd be fun. Marty, I will take executive power and say 8 to 10. I'll put my foot down and say 8 to 10. Chartreuse blue. These are beautiful little. These are beautiful little specimens. Yeah, I get those in the mail today. I painted this for a guy, and I sent him a message and I said, "Are you going to put these same fins in?" He's like, "I don't know how to get them out." I said, "They're already out." I took them out to paint it. And he's like, "Oh." I said, "You might be interested in getting a new fin, a different color, and instead of these pink ones." I didn't think about that. I'm like, "Yeah, call the dude and see if he'll send you some normal colored fins." So he said, "Leave them out." All right. I would like to know, Brendan, you could probably get to the bottom of this. Whoever makes these things, whatever super glue dude uses is legit. He's got a really good gluing process. Like if you're gonna glue in fins like anybody, do it like this guy. His fins are very well glued in. So shout out to whoever this gentleman is. You're real good at gluing in fins. 86 baits, I guess. Doom Rider. Did he tell you what glue? Yeah, it's 86. Here's an interesting factoid from you, for you. This shows you the difference in scales versus no scales on paint. This is the exact same paint job. What you can see when you have scales, what you can see when you don't have scales. These two baits were painted exactly the same. Scales and everything. You're done? You print them? Huh? I don't know. You were printed. How did they turn out? 1-3?
The other?
Dennis the Menace? No. Huh? I don't know. Probably not. You want to see the new Huddleston shirts? No, that's not. That's not.
This is a new website.
Oh, it's not Huddleston? Oh, never mind. Matt uses that Loctite glue in the weird bottle that is blue. I can send you a picture. I'd like to know what it is because I feel like it works way better.
P.S. TK's supposed to be in a tournament today.
This than the gel.
But he forgot one to the fleas.
Lactic gel is good, but I feel like whatever that dude's using is better. Um, what'd you say? What's so funny?
I was just saying that you were supposed to be doing a tournament today, but it says you went to the Fleas and forgot. But I was just being
Yeah, I
silly.
didn't. I was supposed to be fishing a tournament today, but it rained every day this week, flooded. We had warnings popping up on our phone every afternoon that there was uh, flood warnings, and
A mosquito in here.
the river, I guess, jumped up.
Yes.
And my fishing buddy said, actually, he didn't say anything at all. He just didn't call. So that typically means, I guess if we would have been fishing, he would have called me and said, "Hey, meet me at the boat ramp at 4 o'clock, or meet me at Satsuma at 4, and we'll ride up to the boat ramp."
Maybe he forgot.
Maybe he forgot. I don't know.
There was a award, Grinnell Award, Alabama fisherman.
Gar.
It was
Alabama. What? That Keith called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a state record gar.
Oh, Gar. My bad.
He tried to catch. He went through a phase where he thought he was going to break the state record Grinnell too.
And that's what I was. Yeah, that's it. All right, we're gonna relieve the jiggy.
The jigster.
So, guys, have a great Saturday. Hopefully, you are doing something cool.
Talking to me. And you.
What's up, Brendan?
Traded a BGC shallow wake and a crank for a hyper shaft. That was a pretty good trade.
Now,
I would think that seems like a fair trade. Jeremy?
Do you have that in your truck? My stickers? No.
No, I think it's at the house.
You took it out?
I think so.
What's wrong with it?
I think it's over there by the deep freeze outside.
If it has mildew on it.
Yeah, why would it have mildew?
No. Beat that ass.
She said she's going to spank me, Burns.
Sorry.
Burns is going. Burns says, I made it mildewy. I made your stickers mildewy.
Where's the fake fish? We get pepper all there except first. All right.
Brennan said, I tried getting the Chex Mix secret out of Amy. Could not do it. No, because I was sitting right beside her going, absolutely not, Amy. We are not. No. And she was like, what about? And I was like, no.
And I said, I'll just send him some in the mail. He said, no, because he will probably send it off to Frito-Lay. And
yeah, I said, Brennan's going to send it and get it.
Code.
Yeah, I said, Brennan's going to send it to Frito and have them reverse engineer it. And then it's going to be BBC Mix. And then he'll be living on a yacht, doing his Instagram lives, eating his Chex Mix, going, man, glad you sent me this Chex Mix. Faith first needs to leave if there is a spanking.
Yeah, Faith first. Sorry, I got cussed in here. Hope your mom was listening. Sorry, Burns, it's up. It's too hot today. It's like 100 degrees. And I was in the warehouse where the oven was on at 400 and my flash is on at 500 degrees. So
let me look at this. Let me look at this blue.
I invited TK to go to a concert with me tonight, but he said absolutely not.
It wasn't just a concert. She would have more fun with one of her girlfriends.
I can't get anybody to go.
Yeah, that's because of the concert you're trying to go to.
Good, try something. Pop in. Busting.
Professional liquid. I thought it seemed thin because it got kind of in other places.
Has to be down for a spanking. No, Marty, you gotta put that up to get it out of your way.
Oh. Not even TK Live After Dark yet, no. Yeah, she was trying to tell him. Did you tell him who you were trying to get me to go with? Or what concert you were trying to get me to go to?
Walker Hayes.
Walker Hayes.
The Duck Buck Tour.
I'd go to
Duck Buck Tour. He went to my high school, and it's gonna be like
There's going to be a bunch of tweens, and I would feel like
no, it's
a
not. It's gonna be a
creep
bunch
there.
of people I went to high school with.
And
Everybody I know is
tweens.
going.
The dude is, yeah, it's
My
Taylor's.
sister's going with all of her high school friends. I invited some of my high school friends. No one wanted to go. Well, they're out of town. I take it back. They're out of town.
Yeah, Walker Hayes is not.
Even Lori, who's
My
down there,
scene.
can't go.
What?
She had a birthday party for her nephew. I said, skip that shit.
You can't. I don't think it's your friends are that busy. I think it's Walker Hayes.
No, everybody.
He's from here. He lives in Nashville, I believe.
Yeah, he lives in Nashville. Oh, jeez. Brendan, do you have a girlfriend?
Brendan, where do you get this filth out of your mind, dude? Eating Chex Mix in the dark as Amy jumps up and down? What are you talking about?
On a trampoline?
I don't know. What is this? Like the Man Show? Brown bait Checo.
That's good, Bob. That's good.
Go enjoy
Y'all make
the
it hard to
scenery.
leave sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, for real. Go enjoy the scenery. You can drink beers. Probably $30 beer.
Yeah.
They could sneak in a little flask for them. It'd be good.
No, that sounds awful. That sounds awful. And then when everybody starts doing that, when he plays that song at the end and everybody starts doing the stupid ass dance, oh my god, I want to jump off the friggin' rafters.
Brendan, let me find you a girl.
I have friends that are girls, but no girl
Friends.
friend with benefits.
No lovers.
Brendan needs to think before he types. Good times, good times. He does not need to find a girl; they're way too expensive. Yeah, they. You'd be going to Walker Hayes tonight.
Brendan, do you ever get to the coast of Georgia?
Which one?
The coast of Georgia only has one coast.
I thought they had a little corner down there in the south by Florida that was different. It's all the same. Is there a good part and a bad part?
The coast?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
All the way down?
It looks like
They don't have any
it looks
trashy,
like Outer Banks.
They don't have any trashy sections like down south?
You would not be able to buy tackle, that is correct, because you would have to go, well, unless you're buying it for her.
Oh yeah, dude. It would be a sauna at this place because it's outside. It'd be hot as shit, and then you mix
Yeah, it's an
in.
amphitheater.
Then you mix in 5,000 people.
But they're good seats.
They're good seats.
Only $50.
Going to Tibby after I cast. Tibby is a good place for sharks after I cast. Any relationship will immediately put a cease and desist on your fishing endeavors. Yeah. Yep.
Well, Brendan, you're a very nice guy. Don't settle for any of those hoe bags.
I don't think Brendan hangs out around hoe bags.
I don't think he does.
Where would Brendan find a hoe besides his job? His $1 bill.
Besides
his $1 bill job.
At the farm?
No, his other job. The job where he hangs his hat. Brendan is currently building his own girlfriend. Jointed.
Well, Brendan, you have a lot of beautiful places to take girls on dates.
Your swim baits, your human-sized swim bait girlfriend. BBC gets buckle buddies and join its flashlight.
This is great.
We're gonna see Brendan live from the Georgia coast, laying there with his flashlights swim bait bunny on the beach with a little cocktail stuck in his mouth.
Somebody's gonna make a meme of that.
Man, sure is a nice day out here on the beach, isn't it, babe? It's a giant swim bait in a chair.
Oh.
15 years ago, when me and my wife started dating, I told her I'm going to start a fish, and it's not just sitting on the bank. I'll be gone 12 hours and don't answer the phone. Well, that's the way you need to start.
Just hit it and quit it, Marty. That's terrible.
Great advice, Vern. I mean, Vern. No. Use the dating apps. Stay single. Big old mouth on that sucker.
But now I've heard that the dating apps have come to have become like where these women are just asking for money.
I mean, it's that. I think it's been that way all along. It's just they're more. They cut to the chase now.
You can find more prostitution on them.
Oh, really? It's
Well, they're asking for money. Well, I think there's scams, and then there's that. There's both sides.
I'm not really thinking any of this is good advice. I think it's great advice. Later, Frank. Some mighty nice swim bait you have. Give it to me. Brendan's going to get on Tinder, and then you're going to see his bait wall behind him, and it's going to have 3 baits on it. Be like, Brendan, where'd all your baits go? Bitches on Tinder kept asking me if they could borrow one.
Has anybody bought from Temu or?
They're everywhere, dude.
Temu?
They're blowing up.
What?
Temu.
Is it like Alibaba?
I think it's like a house brand of like China.
Has anybody bought from there and no?
I think it kind of like is an AliExpress kind of thing.
Let me tell y'all something. I just bought something from there. From my bowling company.
Jeremy.
Let's see if they come in.
100%.
Jeremy, what?
He said if I get divorced, I'd stay single. I think you would have to be a fool to get remarried. Sorry if you've been remarried, but I don't think that was...
You wouldn't remarry me again?
What's the point?
What was the point in the first place then?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you get divorced and then remarry the same person?
No, but if there was another me out there, would you remarry me?
That's not even comprehensible. Like if I had married before and then I met you.
The answer is yes.
I'm trying to wrap my head around what you're even asking.
The answer is always yes.
No, of course I would.
Oh, geez.
End up like me sneaking out of windows to intercept the mailman for lures I can't use.
Happy anniversary, Jeremy. Had this comment with me last week. Shit got weird.
Who did?
Anthony had that comment with his wife.
Shit got weird.
Sorry, Faith.
Jeremy's parents got divorced and married again a year later.
Matthew McConaughey's parents got divorced and married each other like 3 or 4 times.
Do you know how dysfunctional and toxic his parents are and abusive and everything else? They are not the model.
I'm not saying that
people
model,
to marriage or any kind of way reflect your relationships on.
What if you fell in love again and there was an ultimatum to marry or not to marry? And if you would you say, screw this love, I'm not marrying her, I'd rather lose her than.
I don't think you get there. I think you have to be looking for love. Like you have to be open to it.
No, I think you could fall in love again. And then if you fell in love again and there was an ultimatum where you had to marry her or not.
Not if you just like bury yourself in work and fishing and you never see.
You would just go live at the lake and not see anybody.
Pretty much, I'd just be a hermit.
You can't do that.
You can't.
You have kids.
Oh yeah, but we're just talking about theories here. My wife was just telling me about Timu. You just got to check the reviews before buying. She better slow down cutting into my bait money. She's trying to catch up, is what she's doing, Bob. She's like, fuck this, dude. Bob.
Well, Timu has like some really inexpensive stuff, and it seems better than the Alibaba stuff.
That's where they get you.
It looks like very much more quality, and I saw somebody talking about it on Facebook or Instagram about them buying it, and they were surprised on how good the quality is.
What'd you get?
I got these letters that are supposed to, or numbers. I say letters, numbers that are tall, and they put balloons in them. They stand up.
For work, kind of.
Yeah, it was for work. It wasn't for me. I didn't buy them. Or did I?
Ding, ding, ding. Hey, Darius.
What's up, Darius?
I'd work, take care of my kids, and fish. There you go. Yeah, I don't know how you would even have time mentally to like. I think it depends on the person though, because some people need somebody. You know what I mean? Like, there's people out there that couldn't stand to be alone, and they would have to have somebody just to
TK
fill
is
that
perfectly
void.
happy alone.
Yeah, I'd never look back. Like,
I don't even know how he ended up with me. This guy's such a loner, and I am not. I like people. I like to be around people. I like to be sociable. TK.
I like people in limited numbers. I like the people that I like.
Yeah, but you don't like social events with people.
No, I don't like hobnobbing, smoke blowing up people's asses.
Well, no, not even that. You don't even like.
No, I just don't like being around people.
Yeah, so you don't like people.
Yeah, because I sit there and I like listen to people's conversations, and like it just makes me like hate people.
Dumber.
Yes, it does. Makes you stupid. And like you just hear like people blowing smoke up each other's ass, and you're like listening to this guy that you know has like
talk to again.
That you're never going to talk to again, but you know has like cheated on his wife 30 times, and he's like sitting there like trying to be like high and mighty and act like he's like a legit dude and like talking a certain way. I'm like, dude, you're a total scumbag. Like, why are you like sitting here like, oh yeah, everything's great, everything's
Or
fine.
acting like they don't know you.
Yeah, or pretending like you've never met. Like,
you haven't known each other for 30 years.
Yeah, dude. We literally went to school together for 10 years. Oh yeah, that's right. I thought your name sounded familiar. Yes. Stayed at your house for a month.
37 burns. Oh, that's awesome.
You got Wood Dude, Painter Dude, and Kentucky Lake
cool,
Dude.
Brendan. Happy anniversary to them. A lot of people don't make it to 50th anniversary. I've stayed way longer than I wanted to.
Yeah, me too.
But y'all are too fun sometimes.
If someone is annoying and is talking my ear off, I say I gotta go poop. Nice move. Ooh, got diarrhea. Gotta go.
Oh, better go check that one.
Yeah, I think it just shorted. See y'all later.
Ooh, nice, Tom. 41.
That's exciting.
Congratulations to all, because that is hard. We're only on 5.
Are we?
5. We got married in 2018.
18.
During the spawn.
During the spawn, yes. Amy did pick the best month of the year to get married.
I said 3/3 or 3/17.
Doesn't matter. The whole month is
3/3.
The whole month of March is the best.
So
I figured at least if you went early in March, that there would be a better chance of a severe cold front.
And
And it was beautiful. It was mild.
I had a long sleeve, so I needed cold.
Damn, Darius, you got some pretty good streaks going. This time BBC was probably because of my old sloppy Joe mix. Uh,
Cannot be in deer season or shed time. You know, down here, it's so funny. People don't get married on certain weekends because games,
football season.
football season.
Yeah, if you get married on a home Alabama football game, you're like
Everybody talks shit
oh
about
yeah,
you.
you will get roasted behind your back.
And then everybody was
Or they just
watching
won't
the
come.
game at the wedding reception.
Like you would not believe the amount of people that would not show up at your event or your wedding
If
if there's an
Alabama's
Alabama
playing
football game.
or the home team of whoever they like around these areas, people will not show up.
I'd let my wife cheat if I can fish anytime I want. Fair trade.
Wow, that's terrible.
Fair trade. Football Saturday equals no gifts. Yeah, pretty. I think Chris nailed it. I might show up, but you're not getting shit. And I'm gonna sit there in the back and watch it on my phone. I love all this marriage talk. This is pretty funny. Damn, Bob, that's savage.
Does she let you fish?
Bob said, I will let my wife cheat as long as she never checks the mail again.
Do a lot of your wives get upset when you fish, or like?
Do you know how much? Do you know how many divorces have been caused by fishing?
Really?
Yes, dude.
But
Like
you marry the person knowing this stuff, right?
I don't think. I think it's. I think a lot of people go into the marriage and they know it, but they think it's going to change.
I mean, honestly, if TK was leaving me every weekend, it probably would upset me. But he never did that when we were dating, so he doesn't do it now.
I did do it while we were dating.
You can do it every weekend.
I guess I was tailing off. My wife loves me and never would, but you can dream. Uh, Darius does have it figured out. My wife does what she wants to do, and I do what I want to do. Pretty good arrangement. Pretty fair.
I feel like that's kind of like us.
No,
Huh? No?
no. You do what you want to do, and then I get whatever minutes are left over to do what I want to do.
Bullshit. That is terrible.
If he tourney fished, you would be pissed. Yes, she would. She would bitch.
I mean, he has turned it fish.
No, that is not tournament fishing. Fishing a trail where you have to practice and you have to go. Where you're gone like 12 days out of the month.
For how many months?
Half a year. 6 months. And then usually have a classic in the fall, so you do that.
What trails like that around here?
Most all of them. I mean, if you wanted to fish a tournament every weekend, you could.
But I don't think, I guess if he's bringing home the money, I don't care.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference. If you're winning, it's a little more appealing.
Yeah,
if you just go donate every year, like every weekend, and you never bring home a check.
I don't think I would hate it. I don't think so. I'm very for him going fishing.
But but like I said, I think a lot of people get married and like wives maybe think that like, oh, he'll slow down. You know what I mean? He can't keep up this fishing pace forever. and then it like gets worse. And you're like, oops.
No, actually, I'm going to be using my new yak finally. This coming.
Are you gonna put your stickers on it?
I'm going to put my stickers on it from Hella Bass.
Visor Gang stickers.
Gonna get me a Ned sticker on there.
Yeah.
And I will be using it this weekend for the first time. I've already one of each. I've already talked to his dad about taking my kayak. I just have to bring it to the office for him to load on his boat. So yeah, I don't know if I will be fishing on it, but I will definitely be enjoying it.
Bob's just kidding. His fishing has drastically been cut down due to kids, not the wife. And I have a dark sense of humor, and he is very happily married. Yes, Mrs. Stevens, if you're watching.
Bob, we know you're not being serious, but it was hilarious.
Amy has not caught a bass. Maybe she will.
I have not caught a bass at the ferry.
Amy's getting ready for gator wrestling. Yeah. I don't know if there's anywhere
you see it on my muscles.
I don't know if there's anywhere you can paddle where you would have much luck fishing. There you go. Brennan, when you're 80 and you've got all your millions saved up and you're just a crusty old man, go find you a playmate, live out the last couple of years, and just like stop your heart from taking too many Viagra. Just go out in a flame, dude.
Oh, jeez.
What? That's great advice. Leave her a little cash, keep her happy, you're good. Can't take it with you, dude. Go down swinging. Once the kids are old enough
That's what Anthony said. I thought you said that.
What?
I am getting ready to gator wrestle, and I'm excited about it.
Once the kids are old enough to be trusted with hooks, I'll be back at it hardcore, and my wife will be pumped because she'll get more time to herself. There you go. Yeah, once the bean, I think the bean would be okay with hooks. She's getting there.
Where See, that's another thing is once she gets old enough, he can turn fish with her.
No, that's a little demanding of a small child.
To do all those?
To fish a tournament? To wake up at 4 and fish till...
Well, like when she gets like Blaine's little kid's age.
Oh, yeah, when she gets like that age.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, they love it. They go like all the time fishing. But right now it's hard to be on the boat with them because they don't understand.
They enjoy being on the boat for about an hour.
Yeah, it's really stressful. The baby has never been on the boat, but she'll be jumping off.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine her being in a boat. I don't want to put her on a boat. I don't think she would make it an hour. I think she would make it probably 10 minutes.
Unless you had Grinch on your phone.
Yeah, we could put Grinchy on there.
But she will literally jump off. And like.
It all depends on how you want to spend your $100. New swim bait or a date with the possibility of getting to second base.
Take the train piston.
Knock the gator out.
These things are too heavy. Oh, like 10 pounds.
That's going to be your anchor.
I don't like that y'all say that. I did it. See, the gator's not going to mess with these.
Oh, hope you got permits.
What?
For those guns.
I thought you meant for killing the gator.
No. You like Imagine Dragons?
Imagine driving nuts across your face. I got our friend Dee's the other day on some Dee's nuts jokes.
Oh, she was blasting him hard. I know what you mean, Brian. We're not talking baseball. Brennan said, I'll tell you again, I don't like sports. We're not talking about those sports. The new swim bait. What are you going to name this swim bait? Lisa?
The lady in red.
Generally, you don't follow football, just checking. Jessica?
Stacy.
Stacy, that'd be a good swim bait name. Swim bait.
Anybody
name.
seen what was it called? What's that movie called? Ted.
Which one? Ted?
Is it Ted?
Oh, I was thinking Weird Science.
Where the Mark Wahlberg goes through all the girls' names, like
Oh yeah.
Jessica, Sally, whatever.
If they're hoes.
All the A names ending in A.
Samantha.
Yeah. He's like, nope, nope, nope.
The one that didn't get away. All right, dudes. Brendan, have fun building your girlfriend. See y'all later. Everybody go give your wife a kiss and tell her thank you for putting up with your shit.
Sweet.
Weird combos. Have a great weekend. All right. Yes, this turned into dating advice. Anyway, y'all go fishing. Just for like an hour though, so we don't upset wives. See y'all later. Bye.
Ted is great. Okay,